Hey, so that was true bypass mode. You can tell because I hit the bypass switch and it cut out. But now let's talk about under the hood. And I took the back off this already. There's two things I'm going to allow you to do under the hood. 1 and 2. Not 3, not 4. So the first thing that I want you to be able to do, if you look under the hood, you'll see this toggle switch here. This is the true bypass trail switch. Like I said earlier, it ships in true bypass mode, and that's what you just heard. Flip it to trails mode, then it acts like this. So the repeats keep going, but you can keep playing. And, traditionally that's known as trails mode. Some people call it buffered mode. In the case of the Belle Epoch Deluxe, what's going on is all it does is when you hit the bypass switch in trails mode, is it cuts your dry signal from feeding the delay line any further. But if the delay line was already going, I can turn the pedal off, and whatever stuff is circulating will circulate until it's done. Or if it's in oscillation mode, it'll just keep circulating, and you can play over the top of it with no delay if you want. And that also gives you the benefit of always going through the preamp. So you're no longer feeding the delay chain. If you got things set pretty hot, like a lot of repeats there, you might get a little bit residual noise. Not too bad, though, actually, in that mode. So there's a third way of doing it, which is going to use the expression pedal. I'm going to show you that in the next scene, but I want to show you the last thing that you want to do under the hood here. So there is your true bypass trails mode switch. Over here is a trim pot, and you can turn that with a screwdriver, or you can just use your fingers, and that's to adjust when you hit oscillation, echo oscillation, how hot the repeats are. So think of this trim pot as just another echo sustain knob that you can preset for a different amount of repeats. At the factory, we set it so it kind of does a slow ramping runaway. So it sounds like. Now turn it on. It'll start running away. But you can get in here and adjust it from one repeat to oscillation. All you guys just turn that, play, listen, and go back and forth. And you'll find as you explore, there's all kinds of things you can do with how you set the they're basically two different preset sustains. One thing a lot of people ask about is setting like the normal mode will be like 2 or 3 repeats, kind of normal delay, and set this for float. So you can kind of do a pseudo sound on sound thing, or just have the soundscape thing. And I do that a lot myself when I'm just jamming out on it. So that's a perfectly legit way to do things. But from the factory, it's set so it ramps up and it does run away. But as you get to know the pedal, you should get in there and adjust it. So there's your trim pot for the echo oscillations, and here's your toggle switch for true bypass or trails. It's marked there. This whiteboard is the tape cartridge. Please don't remove that. You've seen me do it in some of the other videos, but that's for me to do, not for you to do. All right. Next thing is expression pedals. So let me grab my stack of expression pedals, and we'll talk about that.